Welcome to Leicester Mercury Comedian of the Year 2022! 1, 2, 3! Everybody on stage, Hayley Ellis!
I'm not one of these women, by the way, that are like, oh, you must breastfeed, breast is best. I couldn't give a shit. You do what you need to do to make your baby well and make you well mentally, right? I wasn't going to do it, but then the old tip police came around the house, right, and a midwife. She was on me, right, and she was like, you should have gone on about breastfeeding. And they say they're not meant to pressure you now, but they gaslight you instead, right? They're like, no, it's up to you if you want to do it. If you want your baby to have rickets, it's entirely up to you. And I weren't really listening to her. I was too busy thinking about a new season of Love is Blind. It just dropped on Netflix, so I weren't really paying attention. And I didn't want to breastfeed because I didn't want to ruin my tits, right? And then all she said was, and if you breastfeed, you can burn up to 400 calories a session. I was like, right, come on, baby, get on there. I had a little baby sheep on the other tit. I was like, come on. Mummy needs to get back in those jeans. It's good, isn't it? 400 calories is good. It's amazing. She said to me, she's like, 400 calories is the equivalent of 3 apples. Do you think I am the hungry caterpillar? It's 47 sour cream Pringles. That's what it fucking is. What did we say? I'd be saying to my baby, come on, Baba, latch on. And she'd be like, Mum, I've got a driving test. Yes, but Mummy wants a Domino's. Get on. Hang on, wait for your dad to finish first.
Everybody on stage, Sam Williams!
Dressed up for you this evening, thought why not? Went for I was trying to go for a sartorial vibe. But now I just look like if Lenny from Of Mice and Men went on Queer Eye. Not gone well. I'm 24, not got the skills for adult life, right? The other day, I couldn't even open the child lock on a box of Ariel 3-in-1 wash pods. And that annoyed me because I was starving. That's where I'm at. I live down in Bristol, loving it in Bristol, live next to a preschool. That isn't why I love it. But now, the preschool's the problem, okay? The preschool is called the Fresh Start Nursery. What have these toddlers done? What? How can they need a second chance at life before they can fucking walk? I can't go to sleep at night knowing that I am in crawling distance of some milk-toothed psychopath who's been locked up in there for 2 years. For a toddler, that is a life sentence. Because he can't stop shanking other inmates with the sharp end of a Capri Sun straw.
Everybody on stage, Elleray!
She's my age. Now, girlfriend feels kind of derogatory almost, and partner, that's what you tell the council, isn't it? And, I mean, we're just 2 middle-aged people enjoying each other. All right? That's also the worst-selling magazine title on the top shelf at the service station. But I'm very glad to be off the market because I've done a lot of online dating, okay? Some of you probably recognise me. And I can't handle the lying, because I always used to say things on my profile like, my friends would describe me as bubbly. And my friends would not describe me as bubbly unless I was drowning, I don't think. And then it's so confusing. People will say like, oh, I remember my girlfriend, when I met her, she said like, oh, I'm looking for someone who's a good hugger. And I'm like, well, how do you assess? I don't know. And then I just thought, well, I've never missed. Never overshot and ended up tangled in the curtains like a bat in your hairpiece. I also worry about the way everything digital now is connected to each other. And so I'd use an app and dating app, and then the next thing you know, I get these little ads popping up whenever I go on a website, and they'll be going like, hey Nick, are you looking for hot single women near you? And I'd be like, oh, okay, that's probably just a lucky guess, I don't know. And then I go on another website and there's another ad and it's saying like, no, really, Nick, are you looking for mature babes to reinvigorate your manhood in your neighbourhood? And I'd be like, well, I wouldn't phrase it quite like that. And I resent the implication that I'm not prepared to travel as well. But you do seem to have the measure of me somehow, sir. I don't know.
Happy birthday, Firuz, Ozari!
I don't want to get too political now, but toxic masculinity, which we can all agree is a problem in our society, right? But you know what else used to be a problem in our society not so long ago? Wolves. Yeah. As recent as 30,000 years ago, wolves used to be a huge problem in our community. We'd go out hunting, and they'd be out hunting as well, and they would bite us. They were number one competition for food. But you know what we did with them? We domesticated them. We domesticated them using selective breeding. You take a bunch of wolves, you breed them. The most aggressive, violent ones, you release back into the wild, keep the friendly, fluffy ones. Breed, release, keep. You breed, release, keep. You breed, release, keep. And the friendlier, fluffy ones get friendlier and fluffier and friendlier and fluffier to the point that now I have a wolf waiting for me at home. It's a little sausage wolf named Dennis. And I come home and he kisses me on my lips. And I'm telling you, ladies, you can do the same thing with men. Selective breeding. We don't have time for this. Now, I promise you, 5 generations from now, you'll be coming home to your wolf and your sensitive 5'3" husband going, yay, she's home, she's finally home. Ooh, 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 pick me up, I want to kiss you. That future is possible, ladies. Fuck the patriarchy. Taylor Swift for president. Yes.
Lucila San Martin!
Thank you, very happy to be here. I grew up in the 90s. Anyone else? Wow, all right. In the 90s, I was a child. And I was obsessed with Barbie dolls. I was absolutely obsessed with Barbie dolls. And that was an issue because my mum is this really staunch Latin American feminist. And she was worried that my Barbie dolls were going to give me unrealistic expectations about my body. But I think if anything, as a millennial, Barbie dolls gave me unrealistic expectations about home ownership. And I hadn't even moved to London yet. What was it? And because I've been here this is my second time living here. The first time I came to the UK, I came here to study English. My native language is Spanish, and that sometimes confuses people now, because I sound like this now, I speak like this, and I do come out with things like, oh, but Brighton's just London-on-Sea. But in my head, I'm still very much like, ándale, ándale, arriba, arriba, vamos, sí! So there's a disconnect.
So let's keep this energy going. Let's start a whooping, clapping and cheering for John Mark. Keep it going.
It's going well, despite all that. It's going well. We're talking about having kids, and it's brilliant. It's interesting because she's a Muslim and I'm an Irish Catholic, so we're thinking of adopting a Jewish baby and winning the Nobel Peace Prize. That's our 5-year plan. Otherwise, we'll have a natural one, and I can't wait. She thinks we're going to have one of them perfect little Pixar babies, like golden bronze children. Unfortunately for her, she doesn't understand how Irish DNA works, because it doesn't matter the mix. We're having a grotesque redhead who is going to fucking burst into flames as soon as we go back to the Middle East. But, I'll let her figure that out later. I just can't wait to have one, because I can't wait to name one. Guys, the crack I am going to have, I want an Irish Middle Eastern name. I want it so obtuse, teachers immediately start sweating as soon as they see it, Guys, honestly, at the minute, I'm not sure, but if we have a boy, at the minute it's going to be M-O-H-A-M-M-A-D, but pronounced Seamus. That's where I'm at right now. The other thing that's different is we're from very different places. Obviously different places. I grew up on a council estate. She grew up on an estate. That is a big difference no matter where you're from. Do you know what I mean? I didn't know I was working class until I started going out with her. Because where I'm from, we don't really have that. The only time I heard that is if somebody said, oh, you're working class.
So let's keep this energy going. Let's start our women clapping and cheering for Louise Leigh.
So I don't know if any other women got this. When my mum, bless her, told me about shaving my legs, she said, make sure you stop at the knee. Yeah? Stop at the knee because above the knee's for tarts. And you know what? I stopped at the knee for a long time, but if I stopped at the knee now, I'd look like I was wearing Bermuda shorts. And to be fair, when I was young, I looked at the top of my legs and I was like, yeah, no, the hair's blonde and it lies pretty flat. I can totally stop at the knee. And then there comes a day, doesn't it, ladies, where you look round the back. Oh, round the back's a very different picture, isn't it? It looks like my pubes have gone, oh, it's a bit crowded here. Let's start a suburb. And so we must go on beyond the slut boundary, mustn't we? She's got it. Yeah, baby, she's got it. I'm your Venus. I'm your fire. Oh, pure desire.
Hey, bring the stage, Ashish Suri!
I'm not lonely. I'm what people call single, right? I'm single by choice. Not my choice, but choice. I'm single and I'm hunting. I'm looking. I'm looking for another one of those girlfriends. And I went on Tinder and I left because it's shit. It is. Tinder can't handle this sexy thing. And I was looking for these other dating apps. Screwfix is not one. No. Don't even call the customer care, they don't like it.
So the second place, which the Union Jack radio winner, who, like I said, will receive £500, is, give me a drum roll, please. John May! The winner of the Leicester Mercury Comedian of the Year 2022 is, drum roll, Firuz Ortiz! He receives £1,000, a bottle of champagne, and the title!
Hi, I'm Firuz Ozari. I'm a comedian from Bristol. I'm from Tajikistan. That's hence the name. And what just happened? I think I won something. I won a bottle of champagne for sure, and also £1,000. But I spent £110 getting here, and we also went to an Argentinian restaurant, and it cost us £35. So I'm right now operating at a profit of £700. I think the crowd was absolutely amazing. I think everybody did fantastically well, and so it's very difficult for me to sort of differentiate myself from everybody else. The crowd was just on fire. I have never performed to a crowd this friendly, so it felt amazing. It felt just I don't know. I've never had a gig this good, and they have a balcony. I've never had a balcony, and so it's, I'm spoiled. I expect a balcony every time.